Thank you for being here. My name is Scott Soroka. I am the communications manager here in the city of Cottage Grove. We're dealing with a number of incidents all connected to this case, so we appreciate your patience this morning as investigators continue to sort through the details of each and every incident that is involved with this singular case. Having said that, there is not a lot of information we can share at this time, but we will provide as many details as we can at this point in the investigation. And now I'll introduce our Public Safety Director, Pete Kerner.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Pete Kerner. I'm the Director of Public Safety with the City of Cottage Grove. Going to give you a brief overview of what occurred this morning. As Mr. Soroka had said, there's not a lot of details we can get yet or hand out at this point, but the incident started shortly after 8 a.m. in Maplewood. The suspect had demanded a ride to St. Paul. St. Paul police then received information of a very serious crime that occurred in their jurisdiction, and then the suspect then came to Cottage Grove. At approximately 8:30 a.m., the suspect used a handgun to steal a vehicle from a residence in the Hidden Valley neighborhood of Cottage Grove, which is right off of Hardwood and 70th Street. Around 9 a.m., he entered a residence in the same neighborhood and took several people hostage. Those hostages were able to escape the residence, while the suspect then drove out of the garage with their vehicle. The suspect crashed his pickup, the stolen vehicle, relatively quickly, and then fled on foot. He was armed with a handgun as he encountered officers from multiple jurisdictions. A Cottage Grove officer and an officer from a neighboring agency fired their service weapons at the suspect. The suspect is deceased. We strongly believe residents in this neighborhood are not in any danger any longer. We believe we're only dealing with the one suspect. We believe portions of this incident have been captured on police cameras. All further information regarding this incident will be released by the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. At this time, I am willing to take some questions, but please realize there's not a lot of additional information that I can give you at this point. If anyone has any questions? We have no idea at this point. Not that I'm aware of. At the residence, I was told there was 4 in the home.
So they escaped, they all escaped.
Yes.
Were they all a family, or
Yes, they're a family.
are they okay? Not when
No one was reported injured. I have not spoken with them. I know they're speaking with the BCA investigators at this time.
4 people didn't know the suspect at all, right? In the house, they didn't know the suspect.
Not that I'm aware of.
Details about the serious crime that happened in either St. Paul or Maplewood.
Yeah, it occurred both in Maplewood and St. Paul. However, that's their information. If you call St. Paul, they'll definitely release that to you.
How far did he, from the home that he entered? It was a home invasion, would you call it that?
Yes.
And then the length of time between when he entered and when he fled, and then how far he fled?
I'd be guessing 8-10 houses in the vehicle, and then he crashed relatively quickly, and then 50 yards maybe on foot.
Do you know what caused him to crash?
No, I don't.
What did he crash into?
It looked like trees and shrubs, but again, I'd be guessing there.
Can you go back to the beginning, just so that I'm aware of the timeline?
Sure.
So, it started before 8.
The incident started shortly after 8 a.m. in Maplewood, and then the suspect had gone to St. Paul, and that's when St. Paul received their phone calls. So,
And
and they ended up in Cottage Grove right around 8:30.
And did the individual steal, what you believe happened is that the individual stole the car at gunpoint and at what point did that happen?
I don't know what occurred in St. Paul.
And then initially you said something like he demanded a ride. Is that what you said when you started out? Like, how did he, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. In essence, he carjacked and, demanded a ride or a vehicle, so.
Right, that's the first thing that happened?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
At gunpoint?
I don't know.
Was that in Maplewood? I'm sorry.
Correct, initially in Maplewood and then into St. Paul.
So we went from Maplewood to St. Paul, and then St. Paul to Cottage Grove?
Correct.
And they got there via stolen car from St. Paul or from the initial incident in Maplewood?
I don't know if it was from Maplewood or St. Paul.
But he came to Cottage Grove
In a stolen vehicle, yes.
And then why didn't he continue on in that vehicle? He left that there and took the pickup truck from the family, from the home invasion?
He first dropped off a stolen car in Cottage Grove, and then stole an additional car in Cottage Grove, and then dumped that vehicle and got into in essence, a third vehicle.
We stole 2 cars this morning?
Or three?
Three.
2 in Cottage Grove, yes.
2 in Cottage Grove though.
Correct.
And 1 in Maplewood.
I don't know if that first one was Maplewood or St. Paul. Yeah.
One question is, do you know the individual's identity right now?
I have not been told. I don't believe he's been identified yet.
Okay,
He's not known to law enforcement then.
that's what
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I don't know what his criminal history or background is.
Did he fire shots at the officers?
I don't have a lot of details on the engagement at the scene. Let the Minnesota BCA do their interviews and let us know.
Where exactly was the shooting occur?
I don't have the address in front of me. I believe it was on Hidden Valley Trail. We can get that to you afterwards, the specific address.
And you said, excuse me, you said that at 9 a.m. he stole 1 car at gunpoint. That was in Cottage Grove?
First one was at 8:30 in Cottage Grove.
8:30 in Cottage Grove.
Correct.
Did he enter 2 residences, 2 different houses in Cottage Grove, or just 1?
Just one.
Just 1.
So the initial stolen car, so he took a stolen car to Cottage Grove, then dumped that, stole a second car, which he dumped. From where did he steal that initial car in Cottage Grove?
The Hidden Valley neighborhood.
The same area?
Yes.
How far away?
Blocks, a few blocks.
Okay.
Can you talk about this as sort of, just hearing you describe it, it sounds like it was terrifying for the family. I mean, you always hate that. It could have been worse, but.
Could have been much worse. Honestly, I can't imagine what the family's going through. Either the one that was victimized by having his vehicle stolen, or the family having an unknown person come to their house. Yeah, terrible.
The initial vehicle stolen in Cottage Grove, was that at gunpoint, or was that in a residence as well, or how did that happen?
I don't know the specifics of that one.
Was he ever in a park?
We believe he was, the back of the neighborhood does back up to a wooded park area. We believe he was behind the homes right in that neighborhood.
So not Oakwood Park?
Well, the Oakwood Park is pretty expansive and it would back up. The part of it does border the Hidden Valley
Was
neighborhood.
in
So.
Oakwood Park at some point?
Believe so, yeah.
Yes, so did he ditch the car and then was running through Oakwood Park and then ended up at the house? Is that?
I honestly don't know what route he took. If he was in the park, it would have just been the very edge of it, nowhere near the main entrance of the park.
The home invasion, did he kick in the door, or how did he get entrance? Did he ring the doorbell and they answered, or do you have any idea how that went down?
I do not know that.
To clarify that, so he comes down here in a stolen car, dumps the car, flees on foot, gets another car. Is it on the street? Is it from a residence? Did he take it at gunpoint? And how did he get out of the car? Did he crash that one and go on to another car?
That's a long question. I have bits and pieces to it. I'd be speculating right now if I don't have all the details of what happened at the first residence to when he went into that, the residence where he stole a car out of the garage. I don't have all the specifics, but I think
Was there anybody home at that first residence?
I assume so.
But they weren't, that's not the family that was?
No, that was the second home.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit more about why or what prompted him to leave the house where the hostages were? And he drove off in their car, but then fled on foot, is that correct?
Yeah, I have no idea why he decided to, he was, initially, when we had heard he had went into the residence, we thought we had a hostage situation. They were able to get out of the home, then we were looking at a barricaded situation. But he came out in the vehicle immediately. We were setting up a perimeter and took off in the stolen pickup truck and crashed it, so. But I don't know what his motive, why he decided to leave at that point.
Was the car that he got away with in the second residence, was that in the garage or was it parked outside?
He came out of the garage.
Did
Yeah.
he barrel out of the garage?
I don't have,
Or did he open the garage door to take off, or did he just barrel right through the garage door?
I don't know.
Was he in the vehicle when he was shot
No, he was on foot.
on foot?
Yeah.
But when he fled in that stolen pickup truck then from that home invasion scene, officers were already outside.
Setting up around the house, correct, yes.
How long were they set up there for, roughly, minutes-wise?
Less than 15 minutes.
How old is he?
We have not identified him yet.
Were any officers hurt during any of this? Were any officers hurt during any of this?
No.
Do your officers wear body cameras? You said there was some recorded on this, was it dash cam or body cam?
Our officers don't wear body cameras. Other assisting agencies over there have body cameras, and we also, from our squad videos as well.
So you have that available?
We will, yeah, we have not
The
reviewed
BCA,
any,
okay.
yes, the BCA will have all of that, correct.
What are the
Identify
municipalities
neighborhood
help?
Jurisdiction whose officer was involved in the shooting.
Not at this point, no.
Can I have to just clarify?
Sure.
So I understand the initial carjacking, but listening to Tim, there was a second home that a car was stolen from? So the first car got stolen, carjacked in St. Paul, and then another car he dumped that and took a car from another residence, drove to Cottage Grove.
No, started in Maplewood, St. Paul, car was stolen, either in Maplewood or St. Paul, drove it to Cottage Grove, and then from there, dumped that first car, stole a car out of Cottage Grove,
At a home?
at a home in Cottage Grove in the Hidden Valley neighborhood.
But didn't go in, just got the car? Okay.
Correct. Didn't go in the house. And then a short while later, we had a 911 call that he had gone to another home, and that's where he stole second car in Cottage Grove.
Right, but
Yeah.
third car total in?
Correct,
Yeah.
yes, yep.
All right, thank you guys very much. I will hang around if you guys need any more help with clarification.
And do you have
But
press information, Scott?
We will probably be sending out a press release later today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.